grants y'all received for the airport, which you may also have another Texas single audit this year. But the federal single audit is what will require another report. Actually, I think there's 4 reports. So there's 2 single audit reports, your independent auditor's report, which will tell that whether the financial statements are fairly presented. And then there'll be a report on internal control and other compliance issues or things like that. So let's see, on page 7, I just talk about when we really expect to start the audit and when we will expect to present at the Commissioners Court meeting, no later than June 15th, 2021. We're actually hoping that it's going to be moved up a little bit this year. I have also that we plan to start the audit on January 1st, 2021, which is significantly different than we normally do. The reason for that is we have just found it's so much easier if we start sending lists earlier. And with COVID and who knows what's going to happen, we have found that it's very convenient to send the list and then have the different departments and offices submit things to Dropbox. We can do things as we go. We found with the school districts, even we have cut down our time from being out there for 2 weeks or something for maybe like 1 or 2 days. So that's really helpful. Last year, I think we were only out here physically for a few days because it was in the midst of COVID. So it really worked out well. We want to continue that this year. But I am putting it in the engagement letter that the offices just be prepared that we're going to start asking for stuff a little bit sooner than we normally do. Now, on the next page is our estimate, our fee estimate. And as I mentioned, this year you're going to have a single audit. In addition to that, you will have to implement a new standard statement number 84, fiduciary activities. That's going to require a little bit of extra work. So I have increased the best estimate from 2019, which was listed at $34,650 to $37,650. However, last year and really all of my previous years have never hit that best estimate. I've always, if I come under, I bill under. I'm not going to just bill maximum because that's what I put in the letter. So I just wanted to make note of that, but I did want to make sure we were covered in case we run into issues with implementation or the single audit issues. So at the end, we will present, as we always do, a full comprehensive annual financial report for submission to the GFOA, and hopefully y'all will get the certificate that you always get, like every other year. So, do you have any questions about anything?
My question was the fee, how much it was above last year. You answered that. So.
Yes, sir. In fact, I billed $32,611 last year. So I was roughly, $2,000 under our best guesstimate last year. So the best estimate this year is an increase of $5,000 from our actual bill number and $3,000 from our best estimate from last year, if that breaks it down any.
Motion for approval.
Second. I have a motion from Mr. Hale, a second from Mr. Gibson to approve that. Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Number 4, appoint a judge pro tem for 2021. For what? I don't think that's what to do.
Already.
Fix that as somebody figures future.
I make a motion, Commissioner Robert Kirkendall.
Second.
I have a motion from Mr. Kirkendall, Mr. Gibson, second from Mr. Whitworth. Any other questions? Any other nominations?
You better hurry before I have some.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Thank you very much.
All right, number 5, set the day, time, and place to hold the regular term of the Commissioner Court meetings in 2021, with the exception of August and September. We need to designate a date, the dates of all the meetings in August and September as regular meetings, because the way the budget process has changed, you've got to do everything in a regular meeting. So we wanted to make all of those regular meetings so that we don't have any issues. So we usually have in the past always met on the second Monday of the month for a regular meeting. And we'll designate the days as regular meetings in August and September for the ones around the 5th and the 20th.
Not gonna affect them.
You want to make the motion? Y'all got any questions?
Motion for approval.
Second.
Motion from Mr. Kirkendall, second from Mr. Whitworth. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Number 6, Jennifer, discuss and possibly approve hiring a replacement for the janitorial contract for both Rusk County and McMillan Memorial Library.
Our current janitor, Lady Janice, is retiring in 2021. She currently cleans the Rusk County Library 3 days a week, and then she comes out to Overton and cleans McMillan 2 days a week. We have this as a contract in our budget, and once she retires in January, we would like to hire someone else to come in to take over.
Any questions from Ms. Freeman?
Already budgeted it.
What is the fee?
Currently, it's budgeted for $25,425. I'm not 100% sure if she actually gets up to that amount every year. I do have some people who are interested and have expressed to me their interest, and their fee would be less than that. So.
Do you think that we need to continue that same cycle if we would do
I'm sorry, the same cycle of.
3 days at Henderson, 2 days?
I need to speak with the branch manager at Henderson specifically for them. It's possible that they could just get away with 2 days a week, which might also take off a little bit more. We're fine with 2 days a week in Overton. Unfortunately, my branch manager over here has been out, so I haven't been able to have that conversation with her yet. But I'm sort of leaning more towards 2 days over here and 2 days over there. Their building is about 9,000 or 10,000 square feet larger than ours, so the third day may actually be very much needed.
So we're gonna take a bid on this, or?
Rebecca told me that I can just.
I didn't know.
Okay.
She's just gonna, because kind of we're doing with the employees, that way we can go ahead and get approval, that way she can go ahead and start asking around. And that way whenever, she can bring the contract when she actually gets someone and gets a contract, she's kind of just getting pre-approval to hire, to go ahead. It's not necessarily hire, but to get a contract or go out for a bid, it's not necessarily close bids. And she will bring it back once she finds something that she would like to bring the contracts. That way there's no.
Motion for approval.
Motion from Mr. Hale, second from Mr. Whitworth. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Number 7, consider and possibly approve to change adjust the hours at the Mount Enterprise Library.
So all of our locations currently have one night a week where they're open until 7 p.m., at least one night. We have 2 nights over here. And the Mount Enterprise Library would also like to do that. Usually we just shift the hours for the branches. Unfortunately, there is a tax office that's in there who opens at 8 o'clock on Thursdays. So they would actually like to extend their hours on Thursdays from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. So they're offering, it would be an additional 2 hours to their service hours. They're normally 8 to 5, Monday through Friday.
And the library also wants to stay open until 7 on the same.
It's
day.
the library, it's not necessarily the tax office. We just can't shift from 10 to 7 because the tax office is in there, which is fine with the staff. They actually want to have their library open 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Thursday, starting in January.
That's the way the other libraries operate right now.
Yes, sir. So Tatum is Monday nights, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Their tax office has a window, and so the library doesn't actually have to be open the same hours as the tax offices. And then in Overton, we have Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Motion for approval.
Second. Motion from Mr. Gibson, second from Mr. Hale. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. Number 8, discuss and possibly approve the following commissioner court minutes from November and October. Special meetings, October 5th and 20th. November 5th and 19th. Regular meetings, October 20th and November 9th, 2020.
I have read these minutes and I move for their approval. And I also would like somebody to step up and volunteer to do this in my place.
I second that.
Which party is second? All of it? All those in, have a motion, Mr. Hale, a second from Mr. Gibson. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Number 9, discuss possibly approve the following pipeline utility request. Pleasant Hill Water Supply proposes to place a water meter with a road bore under across the right of way, County Road 102 West in Precinct 1.
Motion for approval on item A.
Second.
Motion from Mr. Hale, second from Mr. Kirkendall. All those in favor?
Aye.
And B, East Texas Telephone proposes to place a fiber optic cable along within the right of way of County Road 468 in Precinct 4, Rusk County, Texas.
Motion for approval for item B.
Second.
Motion from Mr. Whitworth and second from Mr. Gibson. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, you've got the following reports to approve, discuss, possibly approve: the auditor, treasurers, Rusk County Justice of Peace 1, 2, 3, and 4, Rusk County Constable 1, 3, and 4, Rusk County Expo report and event summary, Rusk County Expo maintenance, and the maintenance report.
We not have a welder out there, you know, so. We're not a welder out there.
Well, we should- we use one, our person.
And we looked at place where the prison.
Oh, okay.
Motion for approval.
Second.
Motion for Mr. Hale, second for Mr. Gibson. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Number 11, discuss possible approval of fire ban.
Good morning. So currently, we still don't have a burn ban in place as of right now. This is gonna be from December the 3rd, 7 AM to the 14th at 7 AM. No illegal burns, floor control burns, 13 wildfires, 1 structural fire, no vehicle, no unknown fires. Or anything that be categorized as unknown. No chance of rain tonight. We've got about 20% tomorrow night and then Wednesday morning, and then nothing for the rest of the week. Still have that wind. That dries everything, still everything back out, everything's, we had our good frost the other morning, so it's still the grass is gonna get dried out. Our, ABI is sitting at 329, so it's gone down a little bit, which means the soil is doing better as far as getting, moisture in it, but it's everything on top that's our fuel that we're still concerned about. So again, not asking for a burn ban or even a provisional right now, just giving y'all an update on everything that's going on. All right.
You would want us to just keep it on there.
If we could, yes, sir, I'd appreciate
We'll
that.
do it.
All right.
We'll do it.
Patrick,
Thank you, Patrick.
you get a 3-day rainfall total. That probably does not go back to Friday, does it?
But no, it actually does. That is a 3-day rainfall
It's 3/10.
in some areas. That's what it came up on the 3-day rainfall total under the National Weather Service. But that means you got like 15 different locations that it pulls from. So some areas might be higher, right? And, my parents didn't get a whole lot down there in Mount Enterprise, but we got quite a bit up in Henderson, so. But I just take what they have on the National Weather Service at that point.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank y'all.
Move to pass.
Second.
Have a motion from Mr. Whitworth to pass, second from Mr. Hale. On that, it just done. All those in favor? All those opposed, motion passes. Number 12, discuss possibly approve and pre-approve, or pre-approve payrolls for December 20th and December 29th.
Motion for approval.
Second.
Motion from Mr. Whitmore, second from Mr. Kirkendall. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Number 15, consider and possibly approve to declare a surplus from the sheriff's office an MP 2852 SP copier, Surface Pro 6, a Latitude E6500 laptop, and an old doghouse. Doghouse has got a hole in it. Top.
So as far as the copier and everything, there was no copier that we just have replaced in dispatch. One they couldn't even find parts for anymore. It was replaced with the ones that Rebecca had worked out the contract with Complete Business System, or UBO, whatever they're called now. Service Pro 6 is one that we had, a portable computer that the screen got cracked on it, and it's going to cost more to replace the screen than just to buy a new one. The E6500 laptop was one that came out of the end of Lynn Deason's run. He was sheriff. That laptop stole. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do with it. It won't charge. You can hardly turn it on half the time, and when it does, it takes forever to boot up. The old doghouse came from Spaz.
Which was actually 16 years old.
Right.
And it just sunrotted. David started to load it. Then he tripped and put his hand on it. When it did, it just went right through it.
Motion for approval.
Second.
Motion from Mr. Hale, second from Mr. Gibson. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. I thought this might be our last court meeting for the year. It may not be. There's a couple of things we need to tidy up on, but we are going to recognize some elected officials who are leaving. I want to thank Tim Britton for helping us with this. He's been good to do that the last several years, and we appreciate him. He's with Argonne, and they've been a friend of the county. We'll start with Precinct 1 Constable, Sammy Nichols. Mr. Hale will read to you what's on the deal there, Sammy. You'll come up.
Just gonna close it. It's quite a-
You might want to look around here.
I see, well, I think I can read it through this. This says, Sammy Nichols, Constable Precinct 1, 20 years of dedicated service to Rusk County. And Sammy, we appreciate you and what you've done for Rusk County. Speech? You enjoy
Mr. Kirkendall has one in his hands for Constable Chuck McDonald.
This right here is for Constable Chuck McDonald for 7 years of dedicated service to Rusk County. Thank you very much, Chuck.
Well, like that's all I've ever done, wear behind a badge. Matt's gonna do a good job, I think.
Chuck, we appreciate your service.
Like that.
Jay.
Rick? Next one was for our precinct 4 constable, Mr. David Guy. Vinny's got that.
This one says, David Guy, Constable Precinct 4, 22 years of dedicated service to Rusk County. And I know you've been a friend to a lot of people and helped a lot of people along the way, and we appreciate your service for all these years.
Thank you very much.
The next one is for Sheriff Jeff Price, and Mr. Gibson has that one.
Mr. Jeff Price, Sheriff, 8 years of dedicated service to Rusk County.
Thank you, sir.
Sheriff Price, good work with.
Well, I've retired once, I'm gonna retire for the second.
And I've got one for Commissioner Bill Hale. 24 years of dedicated service to Rush County. And I think he's read the minutes all.
That's right. That's right. You gonna shake my hand? Thank you.
Congratulations.
Speech. Thank you very much.
Speech.
Well, I will save it for the As I said in my prayer, I know that we're turning the county over to a group of good guys coming in to serve in these capacities. And I have no doubt that they're gonna serve with the highest of integrity. And I want to remind them to always get along good. You come in here and you may disagree on an issue, but when you go out that door, we're still friends. We're still all Rusk County citizens. And people at conferences all over the state can't understand how our commissioners court gets along as well as it does. And I want y'all to continue that tradition, and I know you will. I know y'all will accept Randy in and help him. And new sheriff coming in, we're all just going to support everybody coming in, and we just want you to do a good job and continue to keep Rusk County as good as it is right now. My good friend Dale Hedrick's here. I won the first race in spite of him, but now actually he was a lot of help to me and has been and supported me for the 24 years I've been in office. He was my campaign treasurer all those times. He's done a good job. Dale, I just want to thank you for your friendship more than anything else.
Ditto.
Dale, anything you want to say?
I move with adjourn.
You know, I said it before, you know, I appreciate everybody in this county that works in this county, from the judge down to the janitor. That man right there is a friend. And I know all these people coming in are going to do a great job for us. Appreciate you, Bill.
Thank you, Dave. I tell you, I had to say how he knows that. I broke my neck in 1978, and I was in the hospital in a circle bed, halo bolted in my head. That's the closest I'll ever come to having a halo. But I wasn't supposed to move. And Dale and several others stayed with me 24 hours a day to make sure that I didn't move. And one night, nature called. I said, Dale, I hate to tell you this, but I need to use the bathroom. And so Dale said, no problem. So he gets the bedpan. This is personal, but it's a good laugh. And he helps me and everything. And I said, Dale, at a time like this is when a man really knows who his friends are. And Dale came through it, and I appreciate you. And I lived in spite of it.
Anybody else got a story like that?
I don't have one like that, but I would like to say something about, we're fortunate here in Rusk County. We've got a lot of good people, and without people, all we have a bunch of buildings, equipment, and so it's the people that makes the difference. And we've got several here that are retiring 20 plus years, and I just appreciate the dedication that they've all had to our county. But Bill, I appreciate you from the standpoint of being a mentor, someone to look to. You've been at this for a long time, and you've gotten reelected. You've done a good job, and you supported our county well. And I know that I've looked up to you coming through, and I've called you on lots of occasions to get advice. And so we appreciate what you stood for, and we appreciate what you've done, and being here for all of us.
Thank you very much. That means a lot.
I would like to say one thing. Bill's also my husband's boss, as y'all know. And I want to tell you how much I appreciated the fact that when my husband's dad passed away, you made it a point to come to our house and see him personally. And that meant a lot to me, because not a lot of people would have done that for an employee. And that just shows how much this county cares about everyone that works for them or that they know in this county. Because we do have that personal connection with everyone. And I just wanted to say thank you from me personally.
I want to echo too what Benny said about Bill. You've been a great friend to all of us on the court, Bill. Of course, I've known you for 20+ years. You served on the court when my dad was in office, and I knew you from way back then. He thought a lot of you, and again, I want to tell you how much I appreciate everything you've helped me out on. You've always been a good family friend, not just a friend here on the court, but a good family friend. I appreciate it. Well, it's down to me.
Say the best for last.
No, I will say, Bill, that I talked with Bill before I ever ran for county commissioner and got some advice from him. And I've called him in between these 4 years and got some advice from him. And I'll call him the next 4 years and get some advice from him. And he's always been willing to help and go out of his way to find out if that was the right answer or the wrong answer or whatever. But it's kind of like he mentioned, we are kind of a team that no other county really has, because we do commute with each other. And if there's a tree down on the road in precinct 1, we're all willing to go up there and help him, or the same thing if it's in precinct 3. And I just appreciate not only the friendship, but the advice you've given me.
Appreciate all you guys.
Back to a little bit of business. I asked Lorraine to come today and talk to us about what the insurance is doing and what's causing that. And,
Well, the insurance is coming up for renewal, and it's going up probably about $36,000 this year. But the reason is that the loss run, y'all's loss ratio, in the last 5 years, they've actually paid out $1,319,772. So the losses are 100%, so this year they're going up. It's going up about $36,000 this year. The deductible, the wind hail deductible is changing. Y'all did have $50,000 per building wind and hail deductible. And this year they were going to $100,000. I was able to talk them down to going to a 2% with a minimum of $25,000 per building, which is better, because even like on the Expo, if it had a loss, even at 2% is only $80,000. So it wouldn't be the $100,000. And then on some of the smaller buildings, 2% is going to be a lot, or 25,000 is the minimum that it would be. So it's better than 100,000. So I was able to get them to do that, but that's about it in a nutshell. There wasn't much I could argue with them about the premium because of the loss runs. I didn't have much to be able to help y'all with that on that. So any questions?
On the insurance, is that per occurrence or is that per year, that deductible?
No, the deductible is per building.
Per bill?
It is per building is what it is. So.
I think Lorraine shopped our.
I did. I went out to several people, and every one of them declined due to the losses. So I wasn't able to get a quote with anybody else. So, you know, if we can kind of keep the losses down for, you know, a year or two and get the loss ratio down, then I think I'll be able to get it back down, you know, but right now, that's all I could do. I didn't have anybody else that would look at it. And so,
And if y'all would like to look at that, I've got the instances here that tells what the losses are.
any questions?
If you'd like to look at it.
One thing that I think that y'all might could do that would help, it would help lower it some, but not, I mean, it's not significant, but like on y'all's autos, some of the older autos still have comp and collision on them. And some of my other counties, they have it, or some of the cities have it to where they'll say anything that's over, you can say 10 years old or older, does not have comp and collision on it. You know, you can set a date, anything over this age doesn't have comp and collision. It would save y'all a little bit. I mean, it wouldn't save us a great amount, but it would save y'all some.
Something I'd like to see us do is if the respective precincts or departments could get a copy of what's actually shown as insured, so we know within our individual deal, like, make sure that the piece of equipment we sold is not still on.
Now, I don't have it broke down per precinct. Mandy does. But I have what y'all have. She does. Mandy does. I have it, but it's not broken down per precinct.
Would y'all like a copy of that? She brought you a copy.
I brought y'all a copy if you wanted a copy.
Right, and most of them use 10 years.
Well, a lot of them do, but it's up to each city or, you know,
Yeah.
county, whichever, you know, they want to do. And that's not something you'll have to do.
Yeah.
It just would make it so if you had a claim and it was a 1990 vehicle, you know there's just no comp and collision.
Right.
You know, right now, there's some that have it and some that don't.
Okay.
You know, and the list is in there, and you can kind of tell based on the list right here, if it's got the comp and collision, it has it on there. If it doesn't have a number over there, the $1,000 deductible, it doesn't have comp and collision on it right now. Any questions?
Were a lot of those loss ratios off of
Property.
roof damage?
Mhm. It was. In 2019, an adjuster came and looked at all the roofs. And so a lot of it was from property. So,
Any other questions for Ms. Pless? Lorraine, thank you.
thank you.
For hanging with us here.
Mhm.
Cindy, anything you'd like to say? Judge Bonnie?
I just want to tell Chuck how much we appreciate his service to the county and for my precinct. He was there for everything that I needed for. And he was just good. I'm glad he's gonna retire and enjoy it.
I do agree with that.
All right. Chief Taylor,
Yes, sir.
anything you'd like to say?
Appreciate everybody that was going out and all they've done for the county. As far as I'm concerned, the cities and municipalities here in the county, we're all one family. We all sort of work together well. Bill led the way in a lot of that, and appreciate it. Which I appreciate for you all, but appreciate the sponsors that are going out.
Thank you. Chief Charles?
Well, I saw it before I got up and was trying to get back to county business, but I personally want to thank Commissioner Hale. He has been a role model for me. He has been a stand-up guy and a friend of mine. And I know that I have a forever friendship. I have his number on speed dial. He opened up doors for me. You know, they say to know the position of a true man puts me in a position of authority. And he has not changed ever since I've known him. And I personally appreciate you, Commissioner Haley. You know that I'm always here if you need me. And also to all the people that are going out, I've worked with you one way or the other, and I appreciate you all for making things easy for me. And also the folks that are coming in, I want to congratulate you. If there's anything that I can do, just let me know. I also want to thank Chief Taylor for giving me an opportunity to come to the police department. When you've been serving somewhere for so long, it's hard to just up and go. You know, I was talking to the judge this morning, and I'm going to stay on the email list because I am still a county family. Appreciate everything everybody said. Thank you.
That friendship is mutual. I promise you, those feelings are mutual.
Anybody else? All right, approved payment of bills.
Oh, that is, the grant, the employee, public health. He is advertising programs.
Priority. That's what it is.
I was going to ask you. You know, we're sick, aren't you? I think they're gonna leave it like that. I've got a piece of slide in your house. You don't know where that bottom, little parts about like that, and they. Huh? Oh, really? You know, you were a contractor. Really? Yeah. And you already asked me, didn't you? Wood. Raw wood down here. It's a lot of water. Really, I don't know what it means. Insulation is kind of like that. Wouldn't it? Just put an added there. Yeah, just put a piece in there. What? Sure, last one, you know, the
I move we pay the bills.
second. I have a motion from Mr. Hale, second from Mr. Gibson, to pay the bills. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
I move we adjourn.
Second. Motion from Mr. Hale, second from Mr. Gibson to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?